kids. You have one kid or more than one? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, I get it now. I didn't know that. It didn't click. But I was in the army, so it's understandable.
I-64 West US 40 West I-55 West IL3 South.
I'm about 30 years older than you, but you know, I'm not that. Okay, so I'm 14 years. No. Shit, don't dismiss my accent.
In 1.5 miles, keep to the left on I-64 West US 40
Late?
West
Yeah, I know that
I-55
too.
South.
Yeah, we used to use that line on the age is just a number. I agree to it, dude. Like, I totally agree with that. Age is just a number. My sister was married to someone 20 years older than her, and it was a good relationship. But something happened. Daughters were taken from her, and she blamed him, and blah blah blah. I'm just glad to have you in my life like this, you know. It is.
In a quarter mile, take IL3 north of there. Slide left at 0.2 miles.
You got me a wrong turn somewhere. I don't know what the hell. Okay. It said take 64.
In 700 feet, slide left
Now I gotta
on
make you
St.
turn.
Clair Avenue ahead. Turn left at 900 feet.
Oh, that's what's next thing. Yeah. Oh well. See what happens. You know, just change. There we go. It's gonna put me on 255. Honey, I'm in St. Louis. It's beautiful. Sunshine. Most of the off the freeway, not on the freeway, not even on the shoulder. Yeah. Will you be? Just shoot 40 across. Shoot 40 across and shout shoot up 55. Better be safe than sorry, right? I want to play so bad. That's sad. I know. I went with you. Remember? That was epic. I'd love to do that again. Or one of these days. Yeah, you can kick mine. You got your own discs. So one of these days, I gotta get out there when you're out there. Even if, damn, I forgot his name already. Dustin. I'll get out there and we'll play. Even if I have to borrow. That was fun as shit. I remember that. That was great. Alright, hon. Well, you be good. Call me sometime. Don't be a stranger. Alright, sweetheart. Alright, sweetheart. Touche. Oh, you ain't got, I got no problem with calling. Why do you think I called you on Facebook earlier? Huh? Good girl. Good girl. It's up Bluetooth, you'll be fine. Alright, sweetheart. Well, you might go on for Christmas Eve. Alright, sweetheart, you be good. I'll talk to you later. Tell your parents sometime. Alright, bye-bye. Yes, finally got her fucking number.
was a male, tall in height, tending towards skinny. He was wearing a light gray coat that hung below his knees, the breeze tugging at its hem. He wore what looked to be a rumpled white t-shirt and blue jeans, the latter tucked into brown cowboy boots.
Oh shit.
His brownish hair was long and fluttering in the wind. His skull was long and narrow.
Slow it down.
Whatever.
Keep your eyes double wide.
He kept the automatic rifle trained on the man as the wag eased to a
I
crawl.
went the wrong way. So.
The face of the stranger was turned up, curious, the eyes locking on Ryan's eye. His expression didn't alter. When they approached at the closest distance to each other, the stranger cocked his head in a quick nod, which Ryan returned. He then spotted the two large wooden-handled blasters that were jammed into homemade holsters on either side of the man's white belt. Ryan had never seen the likes of those pistols in his life. Lori was the only one who spoke, staring through her op slit at the stranger.
He got a face like a sheep-killing dog. Tall, dark, and ugly.
As they finally passed by, the stranger seemed to mouth a word to Ryan. But if any sound exited those lips, it was distorted by the wag's loud engines. It looked to Ryan as if the man had said, ah, or perhaps, ka. JB watched through the back of the wag, calling to Ryan.
The crazy still isn't moving. Just stands there, looking at our dust.
And then the man was gone, disappearing into the background as quickly as he had materialized. Perhaps he had never been there in the first place, although that couldn't be right, as the others had seen him as well. Nevertheless, in the back of Ryan's mind, he just couldn't seem to get the word gunslinger out of his mind, for that was truly what that stranger was, just like him. They kept moving and reached the river near evening as the sun was sinking behind the rolling hills that stretched as far west as the eye could see. After the chance encounter with the mysterious man, Ryan had ordered them to keep the op slits half shut and make sure the roof vent remained bolted. There had been discontented muttering about the heat, mainly from Doc Tanner, but Ryan had been concerned that the low bushes seemed to be getting closer to the edge of the highway, making a sneak attack that much easier to mount. The wag rolled over the top of a low rise, and Jack jammed on the brakes, bringing the vehicle to a shuddering halt.
What are we? Oh, I see. Let's get ready, friends. Looks like we might have some trouble here.
There was a battered pair of old-sized binoculars hanging from a hook at the side of the front passenger seat, and Ryan took them down. The focusing screw was stiff, the lenses not properly balanced, but he got enough visual information through one eyepiece to make out that the bridge across the Delaware was well guarded. At least a half dozen figures were standing there, looking up at the wag, which was poised on the crest of the hill. They were all carrying blasters, which looked to be long-barreled single-action pieces.
They've seen us. Shouldn't worry us more than a mosquito bite. We'll play it this way.
Josiah Schubert held up his hand, the thumb and seven fingers spread in a warning to the lumbering sec-wag to slow down. The blaster ports were all closed, and the driver was hidden by the setting sun, glaring off the reinforced glass.
Whoa! Slow down, friends!
Jack went carefully through the gears, foot moving the brake. His other foot hovered over the gas pedal, waiting for the order from Ryan Carter to move out. Ryan had his visor down on the passenger side. JB was covering the rear. Christy and Lori were on the right of the wagon, Doc on the left. All waited, crouched behind the op slits.
Back early, friends. Great chatting through this stuff.
The wag was inching forward, Jack struggling to keep the powerful engine from stalling on it. As well as the leader of the group, there were 6 men, mostly on the driver's side. One was by Ryan's side window, picking his nose and carefully examining what he'd excavated. The last of the men lounged against a painted pole that rested on a pair of old barrels on either side of the rickety bridge.
Roll it down and hand over the Jack. Go!
Jack stomped down and the wag jerked forward, slowly starting to gather momentum. The albino had his magnum resting in his lap and he snatched it up. Schubert jumped for the running board and hauled himself up. He had a Take-32 in his hand and jammed it in the narrow slit of the sec window.
Friends, you beauty bastard! We'll kill you right.
Shut it! Jack shot the man through his open mouth. The bullet smashed a great chunk of bone out the back of his head and kicked him into the dirt on the side of the road. It was the only shot that it needed to fire. Ryan had been right in his summing up of the blaster threat from the men. With their leader rolling in dying agony, none of them wanted to be dead heroes. The armored radiator of the wag tore through the pole barrier, splitting it in two, one half wheeling high in the air and eventually splashing down near the edge of the mud waters of the Delaware. Ryan heard the sound of a ragged volley from the muskets. Jack was still accelerating when Ryan leaned over and tapped him on the arm.
Slow down, son, or we'll be in the river.
Don't worry.
The boy grinned, eyes burning with crazed delight. But he did slow down. The next day, they cut southward across the Blue Mountains, eventually picking up what remained of the old Interstate 78 and following it for 15 or 20 miles as they came closer to Harrisburg on the Susquehanna River. The road was mainly in good shape, and they barreled along at a reasonable speed. Heavy storms, rain streaming off the side of the highway, and gathering in deep rutted pools where the top surface had been eroded by 100 winters and summers. They saw very little evidence of any settlements near the road, though Christie smelled smoke several times during the day. It wasn't until later the next morning that they encountered any people.
Some loved Negroes and some wanted to chill all the Negroes.
Doc shook his head in exasperation at Corey's question.
No. And I only used the word Negra because that was the epithet that was current coinage back then. It is not a good word, my sweet little child. Not a good word at all.
Sorry, Doc, but
Women in the South kept blacks as slaves. Those north of the Mason-Dixon line, as it was known, believed that all men were created equal and should all be free.
Sounds right.
Man with the biggest blaster has the biggest hunk of the freedom.
I fear your jaded view of life is too often correct. Certainly the Civil War ended that.
A young deer had appeared unexpectedly out of the brush in front of the wag at a point where the road was so rough that Jack had to crawl along in the lowest gear. The porch and knob slits were open, and JB felled the beast with a single shot from his Steyerhawk hand blaster. By mutual agreement, they stopped at the next safe site and built a fire. The deer was skinned, jointed, and roasted. It was a beautiful spot for a camp. A scattering of aspens, their tops shimmering silver, swayed in the northerly breeze.
Hello? Okay. I talked to Courtney. I'm sorry to hear that. Closer to February, when I go to come home for the 2 weeks and pick one again. I want to order to do it at 23andMe. I'm going to send you the money. And you can send it to 23andMe and get the info. Alright, so I'll send you the money. I get it. Like, I think he's scared, doesn't want to ask for help. He's probably running through his head on what's possibly going on. And wants to figure it out on his own. It's something I would do too. I get that. Let me ask you this. I wonder if the doc would be willing to write something down on a piece of paper to witnesses saying that, and I quote, they won't put him in a loony bin. Of the legal document for dad's peace of mind is what I'm getting at.
In a half mile, keep to the right on I-255 South US 50 West.
And honestly, if he wanted to say anything or do anything, all they can do is keep it going.
In a quarter mile, keep to the right on I-255 South US 50 West.
Honestly, they should do that now.
Continue on this road for 6.7 miles.
Right. There's really nothing they can do done about it. Yeah, but the problem with that, and I see where the doctor's coming from, is there's been, well, in a vet, there's been, yeah, and not even a legal aspect, it's just there's been shit that's backfired on him. Mom's calling me, let me get to somebody.
Speed
What up,
limit
Mom?
reduced ahead.
Hello? Hello? You what? Oh, truck. Okay. 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 Well, you don't need to send me the card. Just hold it. I'll be there Tuesday. You're not supposed to know. Yeah, well, I'm one of them. I only became, no. I only became surprised because of dumbass. Like I said, just hold it. Registration, send it. That yeah, that I don't want to lose, or that I won't lose because it'll go directly in my wallet, but, you know, registration is a small important. It's gonna go on my Jeep, so. Alright. Huh? I don't know, not there.
Crossing border.
I have told them, they're still waiting on the part, and I said, unfortunately, when I'm there, I'm only gonna be there for about 1 or 2 days, that's it. Oh.